All right, welcome back. So we're going to talk about Marketing 101, why people buy and why people buy from you. So let's jump right in. So there's basically only one reason why people are ever going to buy from anyone, and that one reason is trust. They have to trust you. They got to know you, they got to like you, they got to love you, they got to buy from you, right? That's how it is. It's a time-old tale. We all understand that. You're not going to buy from somebody you feel like they're fishy. But trust can be broken down into different types of trust, right? The number one type of trust where we all kind of get it is social influence. So our social influence creates social acceptance, and I think that leads us to have more trust if friends and family recommend it, and we kind of jump in from there. So social acceptance is the number one reason, but let's face it, we can't start out with social acceptance. We have to build a trust, right? So that's the long game there. The next more attainable goal, and it's quick to attain, is attraction. This is really easy because there's going to be people that are attracted to you no matter what. They're going to like your logo, they're going to like your brand, they're just going to be intrigued by you, and they're going to come in. It's going to be really easy to persuade them, and you'll find that out in the next video when we talk about capturing customers. Attraction is pretty easy. There's a whole group of people out there that are attracted to you. There's a lot of people that aren't, but we'll talk about that later too. So once you understand these two sequences, you're going to get people in this category that want to buy from you, and they're going to keep coming back, because trust means that they're going to come back. And one thing that you have to remember is be authentic. Deliver actual goods, good content. Don't be fake. Don't offer just weird things. I know there's a lot of people out there that try to be someone they're not. The best piece of advice for attraction: be yourself. Your brand, your logo, your business is you. Be yourself. And I just wanted to throw this out there. Another reason people buy, because I know I'm going to get comments from it, is impulse shopping, right? People do buy from impulse, and they don't necessarily have to trust you, but that's kind of, it falls in the same category too, because usually they're only looking at you in the first place because they were attracted to you or a friend referred them. So impulse falls in that category. So I just wanted to clarify that real quick. So basically, the next part we have to talk about is getting these people into how you establish and how you find them. Well, you're going to have what's called a niche. Everybody has one in business. No matter what you do, it's what you are. It's what you love, and it's what you're selling. It could be a product, it could be a service. A niche is like golf, right? If you have a golf sporting goods store strictly for golf, that's a niche, right? Even sporting goods is technically a niche. That's for athletic apparel. You could be a fitness instructor, a dietitian, you could be a dentist. That's a niche. The most important thing to know about niching is niching down. This will get you closer to your attraction, because the key point is that you have to be put in front of the people that are attracted to you, right? If they don't see you, they don't know you. And sometimes that niche is just way too broad, right? That niche could be millions of people, and you're just going to get lost in the chaos. The big guys who have more money to spend on advertising are going to get ahead of you. The people on social media with more followers, they're going to be ahead of you. So the next step is to niche down. So let's say coffee is your niche, right? You're talking about coffee, you have blogs on coffee, you sell coffee, that's your niche. Well, in order to establish who's attracted to you, once you niche down, you're now going to go to maybe single moms, right? I don't know. Single moms that drink coffee. That's a niche. Another way you can niche down is health, right? Health would be an awesome one, actually. Health is, have you heard about the new coffee that was brewed in Colombia? It's got great benefits of antioxidants and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. So that niches it down. You obviously now have a smaller target audience to find your pinpoint customer. Now, this is the trick though, okay? This is the little secret, the little hack that's going to help you out in the future. Niche down, again, So if you're going to be in health, well, what about yoga coffee drinkers, right? You just now niche down. Again, now you have a pinpoint target for all those people in yoga that like to drink coffee when they wake up in the morning. It's a really cool concept because it's so easy with all the demographics and with all the analytics to get in front of on Facebook analytics, Google analytics, all the keyword searches. It is so easy to put yourself in front of that audience. Now, if you're so bold, you can also niche down again, right? Like if you wanted to go to, if they're obviously into yoga, yoga tends to be more female, so you can have a female yoga coffee. I know the empowered woman, strong woman movement with yoga, strong fitness, yoga, blah, 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 and you're actually now targeting a demographic with females. So you just niche down again. A lot of times you can really confuse things when you go too far into it. So keep it simple. This one's fine. Once you have established your trust or you get in front of that audience, you can establish that trust, and that's the main thing. The main goal is to get in front of your attractive customer. Pinpoint who you want. Now, the next important thing to mention here is making that pinpoint customer. You kind of want to niche them down. So when I say that is when you get it all the way down with your niche and say you're doing yoga coffee drinkers, it's niche them down even more to the individual. So from here on out, you're going to be talking to that person. Does it make sense? Give it the person a name. Maybe her name is Cindy. She's a stay-at-home mom, or she's a single mom. She drives a Volvo. Give her an identity. Now, once you pinpoint that customer, from here on out, everything you do, you're going to be building it. You're going to be making it, putting captions and headlines and titles for that person. And this is why it's so important, because if you forget that concept, it's really easy to convolute the whole thing. You can you could start doing Cindy and then build up your sequence, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what, this would also apply to men or doctors that drink coffee, so I'm going to start doing, and you start writing your ad copy, and it's for doctors, and then Cindy's sitting here like, that doesn't apply to me. So that's just something to remember. Once you have your niche down, demographic, and the pinpoint customer that you're going after, every single step along the way is so much easier. So just make sure you're focused and make sure you have your target pinpoint customer. All right? I also mentioned that having your brand is very important too. You definitely want to have your identity. So if you don't already have a brand, Fiverr is a great place to go, fiverr.com. I get logos made there all the time. You can get your brand for like $5, $10, $20, depending on how much work they're going to go in and do for it. I'm going to go ahead and put a link down below. Go to Fiverr, get that done, build your identity, build your brand. In order to have the attractive customer, you're gonna need an identity. So through the sales sequence, though, we're gonna have what's called traffic, right? Traffic is basically just a bunch of people going all over the place, right? Whole bunch of people. And we have gotten pretty good at directing traffic to get them to go where they want to go. You can put a Facebook ad, a Google ad, internet, if they're on the street, a billboard, a sign, a commercial, whatever. It's so easy. Everyone stresses about this. I just want to tell you, don't. Okay? Traffic is one of the easiest things to do. As a matter of fact, I probably won't put a link below here, but email marketing is one of the greatest, the greatest things to get people in and build a relationship with them. You can even utilize other people's email lists and they will refer you. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking before with social acceptance. So if you get on someone else's email list, and I'll tell you all about how to do that in the upcoming video, in video 3, when I'm talking about gaining more people. We'll talk more about traffic. It's so easy. Just don't stress about it, because all the people who I've talked to, they seem to worry about that one the most, and that's probably the thing you should worry about the least. Okay. Entering into the sales sequence on how, once you have that attractive customer and they see you, they're interested in you, you are going to draw them to what's called a capture page. Okay? And this capture page, right out the gates, it's going to ask for their information, right? Like right out the gates, you're going to have a little box here, enter your name, enter your email. You might have a video, you might have some awesome ad copy, or you might be offering something for free. If you're a local business and you're maybe a restaurant, you can offer a free dessert. If you are a fitness trainer, you can offer one free personal training lesson or whatever. So, or you can have a video explaining about how something cool is that you're recently working on. Whatever it is, they're attracted to you, so they're going to give you their name and email, and it's going to take them to the next point. And the next point is called a sales page. All right? And this sales page is when you're going to be able to really, really get them to trust you. All right? Now, I want to rewind a little bit here, because another thing that people stress about, newbies always stress about traffic. That's the number one thing. And the next thing it's always a question that comes up, so I just want to address this. They always talk about, well, I don't want to lose potential clients, potential customers. So what if they don't put in their name and their email here? That's a possible sale I just lost. And with that kind of logic, it just confuses me, because if they're not willing to put in their name and email here, chances are they're not likely to do anything else down the road, right? I mean, so this is kind of like a process of elimination. You're going to have over here, you're going to have 3 types of traffic, right? You've got cold, warm, and hot traffic. All right? Cold traffic, I mean, it's easy to get these guys curious, to get them in here, but they may not be attracted to you, right? So they're going to bounce away. Warm, if once you get them in here, it's easy to talk them into getting them to hot, because they're already warm. So cold traffic, don't stress about it. You know what I'm saying? If it just seems like you're losing a customer, relax. You're not, because there are a lot of people that are attracted to you, and they're willing to give you their information and work from there. And so probably the next question that comes directly after that, I'm sorry, it's funny because I'm trying to knock out the questions first before I get into the complexity of this, because a lot of the people, the frequently asked questions are, once they get past the fact that they realize that they didn't lose a customer, they're gaining actual customers, because the ones that put in their information, what do you do with that information? And the key point here is they are now part of your email list. So this is a very cool sequence, because now, no matter what your business is, doesn't matter. If you have Gmail, go into Gmail, you have those little tabs, go into promotions. Just go into the promotions tab. No, everyone always ignores it, but go into that promotions tab. Everyone you've ever given your email address to, whether it's Dick's Sporting Goods, Starbucks, you name it, Best Buy, they're all in that category, because they're utilizing this. All the big businesses are doing it. You need to be doing it too. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're a personal trainer, realtor, you got to have an email list. You have to. These are your customers. These are the people that are interested in you, the people that are attracted to you. You got to have an email list. So when you set up follow email lists, you're building that relationship more with them. You see what I'm saying? They are more likely to come back and buy again. So very crucial, and we're going to talk more about that and how you can send emails out. But people's more concerns like, I don't want to come off as spammy, and those emails end up in my spam folder. Well, if you do a good enough job here and on your ad, you do a good enough job there, you're not spam. You're content. Okay? That's the main thing that you got to remember. That goes back to when I said, be valid, be authentic, be real. Don't be scammy, don't be spammy. You have control over that. So here, capture page, sales page. Sales page is really cool because here's where you get to make the sale. Now, if you're not collecting money, maybe you're just collecting leads like a realtor or something like that, this is good, but this is also good because you can offer more, I can get you first before anybody else, listings before anyone else does. I can, here's my phone number, you have an opportunity here to warm them up big time. So if they're going to buy a house from anybody, they're going to buy from you. That's what this is great about. But everyone else, you can either sell them something, right? Make some dough. If they opt in to sell something, you can take them to another page. It's called an OTO, one-time offer, or an upsell. And that OTO upsell page is awesome. And if they buy, you can take them to another upsell and another one until they stop buying, and once they quit buying, then you can take them to a thank you page. And if they bought on the first one and rejected the second one, you can also take them to that same thank you page. And what I like to do after this thank you page is I like to take them back to a home base. And I mentioned that was one of the 4 keys. Home base is like your website or your blog. For SEO reasons, and if you don't know what SEO is, it's search engine optimization. And the more people that you can get to go to your website, the higher ranking you're going to get in Google. So that's why when I add them through my ads, send them through the entire sales funnel, and then end them right back to your home base. Man, this looks terrible. I'm kind of all over the place on this. So don't worry about that too much, because in the next video when we talk about the software, we're going to talk about this in detail. Basically, I'm talking about it right now because this is the letter of the law when it comes to attraction. Why people buy from you, and well, why they buy from you specifically is because they're either going to be cold, they're either going to be warm, or they're going to be hot. And you want to turn cold to warm, you want to turn warm to hot. And this is how you do it. This is one of the greatest ways to do it. So back before, let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and talk about this. Okay, so what a lot of business owners think is that they think, well, I can just build a website and put some nice pictures of my company, some awesome text, sell the product here, maybe have another page over here that sells some more stuff, have another page that talks about this, gives a lesson, and you put a lot of work into this website, right? And that's your home base. And a lot of people think my job's done. I own a store, I don't need a website. You're losing so much business with that mentality. So everyone that we were talking about with traffic, you send them to your website, and then what? You didn't get their email information. They don't know you. You can't warm them up. They're gonna get lost here. If the ones that do buy, you can't follow up and sell them something else later, right? It's a dead end, sending them directly to your website. And if that's what you're doing, you're losing lots and lots of money. Going back into the sales sequence with the sales funnel, you've got your capture page where you get their info, sales page where you get their money, upsell where they don't, and the thank you page. And then you send them to your website, right? Now, because of the email sequence, you can literally set up the email wherever they land on the sequence. You can then send them an email. So if they only opted in, went to the sales page and did nothing, nothing, then you can send them an email. Hey, I noticed that you didn't buy, and that's cool. Maybe you weren't interested in that product, and you can sell them something else through the email. You can send them a sequence of emails offering them different items. You already know that they're attracted to you. You're attracted to you, they're attracted to your business. It's in your court now. The ball's in your court on whether or not you can close that sale, close that lead. Now, let's say they did buy something, right? They bought something and then they went to the OTO offer, but they didn't buy the OTO. You could send them an email because now they're a paying customer. And you're going to treat paying customers a lot different than you would the ones that just come and leave, right? Now you get to be authentic and be like, hey, thank you so much. The next time you come to my website, I want to give you a discount, blah, blah, blah. You have an opportunity here. Now, it sounds confusing, right? But there are email autoresponders where you could set it all up and make it easy for this. You can literally draw this map out with these email autoresponders. Active Campaign's probably the best one to do. It's in detail, it's intense, but most of them have dates and times and sequences, so you can just put the link to that page in the email sequence, so when they click on that link, it triggers it so that email automatically sends out to them at a specific time that you request. There's a whole bunch of email autoresponders. GetResponse, MailChimp, Active Campaign, Aweber. There's so many of them. I'm going to put some links below. We're gonna get you taken care of. The one that I use currently, I'm using Actionetics. That's through the same landing page software where I build this. I'm going to talk about that in the next video because this is very cool. And just to wrap it up, just to summarize this whole sequence on building trust, you are warming them up. So even when they're not buying, you're still building that trust. Right? So that's why this sequence is so much more important than just sending them to a website. That's wrong. This is right. And even if you're like a social media influencer, this still is applicable, because even the social media influencers, they have their Instagram post or their Twitter post or whatever, and they give them the link, hey, check out this product. It sends them over to their endorsement website. They have absolutely no control on what to do. Well, that's just a ridiculous way of doing it, letting somebody else handle it. I'm sure the endorsement companies are paying you tons of money, but I want to keep track of my stuff. This system is just so much better. You should be using it. Everybody needs to be using it. It's changed my life. It's changed so many people's lives. I'm going to talk about that after video 3. I'm going to have there's a special video where it goes into an explanation. It's a lot of social proof and of people actually using this stuff. And there's a whole club for people where they've made $1 million through these funnels. And there's literally a club. You can win an award for sending $1 million or getting $1 million worth of sales through a funnel. You get an award for it if you can do it. So I'm on my way there. But in the meantime, I'm just helping everybody out. So a sales funnel is just the right way to be doing business. If you have a brick and mortar store and you're trying to get people to come to your building, that free offer in the very beginning could be a coupon. Come to my store. Come to my store, buy some coffee if you have a coffee shop, get a free cleaning if you're a dentist, just come to my store. And that next page doesn't have to be a sales page. That next page can be like, hey, you know what, while you're here, maybe you want to watch this video. And it's just a way for building trust. It's another way to get them to come back again and keep coming back in, right? I mean, that's just the way marketing works. That's the way business works. So in a nutshell, there you have it. All right, that's all I got for now. We'll see you in the next video.